Hi YouTube, this is Shell with Shelby's Knickknacks here bringing you another crochet tutorial. In this tutorial we will be continuing on with the letter bobble stitch series, and today we'll be going over the letter I. So stay tuned and I'll show you how to complete that. First we'll start with the materials. You'll need a 6mm crochet hook, yarn needle, scissors, and a yarn color of your choice. In this one I'm using Red Heart Super Saver in the color Orchid. As you can see, I've already started on my first 3 rows, and I've started on this 4th row. I chained 1 and then I did the first 5 single crochet, and hopefully you can see this example. And this is starting on row 4. If you would like to know how to do the first 3 rows, I will link a video in the description box below. So I started out with my first 5 single crochet. Let's see if you can hopefully see this better. First 5 single crochet. I'm going to bobble stitch into the 6th, single crochet into the next, bobble until the 8th, single in the next, bobble in the 10th, single crochet in the 11th, bobble stitch in the 12th stitch, and then we're going to single crochet in those last 5. Okay, so I've already done my first 5 single crochet, and I'm going to bobble stitch into that 6th stitch. I'm going to yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops only, and you're going to keep repeating that until you have 5 loops on your hook. And again, for those of you who are just now tuning into this video, if you would like to know how to do a bobble stitch, I will also have a video in the link description box below. And we have 5 on the hook, so we yarn over and pull through all 5. And now we're going to single crochet into that 7th stitch. And now we're going to bobble stitch into the 8th. And you just keep repeating that until you have 5 loops on your hook. And so far I have 3, and here's 4, and now we have 5 loops on the hook. And now we yarn over and pull through all 5. And now we're going to single crochet into that 9th stitch space. And now we're going to bobble stitch into the 10th space. And if I'm going a little too quickly, you can always pause the video, rewind it, slow it down, however you need to in order to keep up. So I have 3 on that hook. There's 4 on the hook, and now our last one here. And now 5 on the hook, so we yarn over and pull through all 5. And now I'm going to single crochet into the 11th space. And now I'm going to bobble stitch for the last bobble stitch on the 4th row into the 12th space. Pull through the first 2 and keep doing that again until you have 5 on that hook. Four, do one more time. And now we yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. And so that's the last bobble stitch for row 4. And now you're going to single crochet into those last 5 stitches. You're going to chain 1, turn your work. You're going to single crochet all the way across row 5, being sure that you end up with 17 stitches. You're going to chain 1, turn your work, and I'll meet you back at row 6. Okay, so this is what our work looks like so far. And we're starting on row 6. I've already chained 1, turned my work, and I've done my first 8 single crochet. And I'll give you the example so you can see why. So again, I've done my first 8 single crochet. We're going to bobble stitch into that 9th, and then we're going to single crochet into those last 8 stitches. So again, I've already done my first 8 single crochet, and I'm going to bobble stitch into the 9th stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops only, and I'm keep repeating that until I have 5 loops on my hook for this bobble stitch. That's 4, one more time. Okay, yarn over and pull through all 5 of those loops. Okay, so now you're going to single crochet into those last 8 stitches. You're going to chain 1, turn your work, single crochet all the way across row 7, chain 1, turn your work, and I will meet you back at row 8. So this is what my work looks like so far. I've already chain one, turn my work. Excuse me, I know you can't really see this. Sorry about that. Chain one, turn my work. I've done my first 8 single crochet for row 8. And now we're here. Hopefully you can see that. There we go. And again, I've done my first 8 single crochet. We're going to bobble stitch into that 9th stitch, and we're going to single crochet into those last 8 stitches for row 8. So I've already done my first 8 single crochet, and I'm going to bobble stitch into the 9th. So I'm going to yarn over, insert into that 9th stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through the first 2, and we're going to keep repeating that until we have 5 loops on the hook. 4, one more time, and now I have my 5, so I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. And now we're going to finish out this row by doing these last 8 single crochet. You're going to chain 1, turn your work, bobble stitch all the way across row 9, and for this one it's repeating on rows 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. So basically every row after 8, so in between you're going to single crochet, and then on row 10 we're going to do the same exact thing that we did in the last row, which is single crochet in the first 8, bobble in the 9th, single crochet into those last 8. You're going to single crochet all the way across row 11. Row 12 is the same. Going to bobble stitch into that 9th stitch, and then single crochet all the way across, and then in the next one you're going to do the same repeating pattern. So basically, long story short, we're going to do rows 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14 are all the same, but being sure to single crochet in between those rows. And I will meet you back here at row 14 after we are done. And if you need a reference, just go back to the previous rows on 8 and 6, just to be sure that you're doing that correctly, since this is the middle part of that capital I. So this is what my work looks like so far. I've completed 10, 12, and 14 by single crocheting on each row in between those. And now I've already chained 1, I turned my work, and I've done my first 5 single crochet here. And now we're on this last bobble stitch row for reference. So again, I've already done my first 5 single crochet. We're going to bobble stitch into that 6th stitch, single crochet in between, bobble in the 8th, single crochet into the 9th, bobble in the 10th, single crochet in the 11th, bobble in the 12th, and then do those last 5 single crochet. So again, I've already done my first 5 single crochet, and now I'm going to do our first bobble stitch on row 16 in the 6th stitch. And we keep going until we have 5 loops on that hook. Now I have 4, one more time, oops. Now I have 5 on that hook, so I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 5. And now I'm going to single crochet into the 6th stitch, bobble stitch into the 8th, and just keep repeating again until you have 5 loops on that hook. Pulling through the first 2 loops only each time. I have 4, one more time. Pull through the first 2, I have my 5, and now I yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. And now I'm going to single crochet into that 9th stitch, bobble stitch into the 10th, get some more yarn, yarn over, and just keep repeating this again until you have those 5 loops on that hook. I have 4 so far, 5, now yarn over and pull through all 5, and I'm going to single crochet into the 11th stitch. And now I'm going to bobble stitch on our last bobble stitch of this row in the 12th stitch space. 3, 4 on the hook, and our last bobble stitch is almost complete. Now we yarn over and pull through all 5, and now you're going to excuse me, do your last 5 single crochet. You're going to chain 1, turn your work. And on rows 17 through 19, we're just single crocheting all the way across. And I'm going to meet you back at the very last row on row 19 in order to do that very last single crochet with you, and then we'll be done. Okay, I'm on my very last single crochet on row 19. So we're going to insert into this last stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through those last 2. Okay, so in order to finish this off, we're basically done at this point. You would yarn over, pull through, and cut your yarn and then weave in your ends. But again, as I've done before, I've done that in previous videos. So if you would like to know how to finish off this project, I will put a video in the link description box below. And this is basically it. Your letter I is complete. Well, that's the end of this tutorial. Hopefully you all were able to follow along and finish out your letter I. And hopefully yours were able to turn out just as nice as this one. And again, I'm Shell with Shelby's Knickknacks, and I'll be seeing you next time.